Join me for Ask the Good Doctor, live today and every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 12 noon Central Standard Time, and 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Bring your questions.
On my YouTube channel, my YouTube channel, on my YouTube channel, on my YouTube channel. And please, if you could, subscribe to my YouTube channel, my YouTube channel. Yes.
Hello.
Ask the Good Doctor, LaJoyce Brookshire. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. Dr. LaJoyce Brookshire here, and I am here to help you attain, maintain, and reclaim your perfect health. Welcome to Ask the Good Doctor, and are you in for a treat today? Come on in to my YouTube channel, Hey, hey, hey. All right. Oh, I got the rapper rocking with that must be on cue. Yes,
that's right, Doc.
Well, we are in for a treat today. We have got with us an icon. He is an amazing rapper, originally from the Locks, and you know him. He is Styles P. Welcome, Styles.
What's up, Doc? How you doing?
Well, how are you?
I can't complain. I'm up and breathing.
Up and hey, because some people are not.
Yeah, I'm up and breathing, so I'm well.
Or some people are having a hard time breathing these days.
Yeah, yes.
It's really good to see you. I am so glad you are with us because we have a little history, and I'll just share with the audience. I was Styles's publicist, his first publicist.
First one.
Locks. First one.
First one.
The Locks, the LOX.
Mm-hmm.
Through Bad Boy Records, and as director of publicity at Arista, I was in charge of Bad Boy artists, and it was so much fun. Like I told him earlier, I was looking for some of our pictures from back in the day that some of the photographers had done. I couldn't put my hands on them fast enough, but when I get them, I'm going to post some of them up.
Put them up, Doc.
Put them up, put them up. But we are here today to talk to Styles because not only is he a rapper, but he has become a health aficionado. He has had a radical health conversion. Is that right?
Yes, I guess we could call it that.
Yeah, I call it that. Well,
I like to call it that.
You could call it that. I think that's fair. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Because you went through what to get here? What was your aha moment that caused you to change gears?
It's weird because that's a multiple answered question. It was multiple things all in one. You know, I was thinking of how I was raised. Look, you know, my wife, she's not on here with me now, but she was reminding me of how I was raised and to start, you know, putting certain things in my body and start eating clean and start eating kale and things of that nature. That was part of it. One, at the time I was getting into too much trouble. So I figured out, I was too smart to be getting in that much trouble.
Okay.
And why was my ego and pride getting in my way? And then I figured that I had to have some sort of chemical imbalance. So I figured it had to be the food that I was eating that had something to do with it. And then 3, I was fortunate enough to make money in hip hop and move to neighborhoods where I seen just different supermarkets, different produce, the food handled different, the quality of food handled different. And it's like, wow, we don't have that back in our neighborhood. Like, you know what I mean? It was just, even to this day, you see it. You go to the hood, it's sort of like a food desert. You go to where's wealth, you see an abundance of healthy food. And there's human beings, no matter what what level of you stand in society or how much money you make, we all deserve to eat clean and good. And
that's right.
And be healthier. So all of those things in one pretty much hit me. And just from visiting the juice bar a lot. Before I owned the juice bar, my partners, Nigel and Leo, shout out to my 2 partners. Before I owned it, Nigel owned another juice bar in Harlem. And I visited for years. And he used to tell me, just come be my partner. But I had went from 240 pounds to like 180 something.
Wow.
I had post nasal drip sinusitis that left. I had eczema that left.
Wait, and that was just from juicing.
From juicing and maintaining, and at the time I was a vegetarian, and then I went into a whole, plant-based diet. But I just think if a person works on balancing themselves out and putting if you look at it, when you for most people, if you do, I'm not telling anybody go run out and be a vegan, vegetarian, plant-based. I am not God. That is your judgment. That's your journey. We just here to provide information and to say,
that's right.
Keep in mind, if you put something dead in your body, you have to balance that out and put something live in your body. So we just try to tell people, just put some healthy things in your body to balance it out, and just seeing where we from and how people are treated. We're just trying to give people information that, especially with poor brown people and even poor white people in certain neighborhoods, they don't go to the doctor. They don't have health insurance. So if these are the cases, you have to think preventative ways. You have to do things to prevent, the things that can occur and happen to you. So you just kind of, treat your body, treat the inside of your body as well as you treat the outside of your body.
How about it? Well, let's go back when you said doing preventative. That's a mouthful, because you can't do a lot of prevention, like you say, in some of these neighborhoods where good food is not even available. I want to know, with those grocery store owners, from neighborhood to neighborhood, like you say, moving from neighborhood to neighborhood. And when you go to one, let's say, key food in New York City, in a Black neighborhood or a Hispanic neighborhood, and you can find not a lot of variety. You go to key food on the Upper West Side or the East Side, and it's a whole different ballgame. It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What buyer gets to make the decision that people on one side of town don't want better food?
Whoever it is, it's a sad, sad person.
Yeah.
And it's a pitiful person. And what people need to think, and when you think about it like this, Doc, privilege allows people to be blind. And then, it gives you the choice and the option to be blind. But during that blindness and hurting someone else or being negligent, you're also being negligent and hurting yourself, because to be a better being, whether you're white or you're Black, you have to be a good being and just worry about beings first. So the fact that somehow brown and Black and poor neighborhoods are treated this way is totally, it's pitiful being that way in America.
That's right.
To be honest, let's cut the crap.
Let's call a thing a thing.
Let's call it what it is. It's pitiful that that's actually the case in the United States of America. You know what I mean? So at some point, hopefully the people in power start having value for the country. Keep in mind, 2040 is not around the corner. I mean, right around the corner.
That's
you know what I mean? Treat people well. Let's be fair. Let's all be kind beings, and everybody deserves to at least eat right. That's the bare minimum. If you care about the country so much, like, that should be the bare minimum.
Clean food, clean water.
Yeah.
So then we understand now why people in certain communities cannot even make different choices, because it's not available.
Yeah.
And we know statistically that people choose to stay within their comfort zone and not even explore outside of the community. When I was teaching in Midtown Manhattan in high school, I was teaching a high school. I had one student who lived in Brooklyn who never went further than 49th Street. I took him to Harlem. He had never been to Harlem. He was in Brooklyn. And I thought that was amazing. Of course, now he's out-traveled me. But he's now that he never went past 49th Street on the train. And I just thought that to be so incredible.
Yeah. We often, and it's sad, but it's back to the food. And it's back to what's, like, when you think about it, food gives you energy, it brings vibrance, it's a connection between people. Like, I'm plant-based. Just from being let's say, it's legal now, so screw it. Weed has been the common denominator between multiculturals for years, but it hasn't been legal everywhere.
That's right.
So what is the next common denominator? It's always the plant. It's fruits and veggies. When you're eating healthy and you in the supermarket or you in your markets, you grabbing your watercress, your sea moss, your kale, you know, your cilantro, your basil, you smelling things, the person smelling things, you're having conversations, and it's just a respect of life and a respect that, hey, you want to do good, I want to do good. Doesn't matter what color we are, what our background is, or what's going on. Now, when it goes back to the hood and we don't have these options, and it's just fried chicken everywhere, pizza, liquor stores, nothing colorful to eat, nothing that's going to bring your energy up. How are these people going to have the oomph and be inspired to go out and get past their neighborhood, get out and see more of the world, get out and say, I want to explore, you know, other cultures and get to see other backgrounds and learn more. And that's kind of part of the plan why this food is screwed up in the first place, where we ain't getting to it. It's not by coincidence. It's not coincidental that every hood in the world just is pretty much a food desert and has bad options. Like, come on. So we as our own people now, that's why we feel at Pharmacy for Life and Juices for Life. We tell all our customers, if you come to Juices for Life, the menu's on the window. We'll tell you, you know, we have 5 locations there in New York, but the whole world's not in New York. So take a picture of the menu, send it out. We tell our customers, if you never come back here, God bless, but please take a picture of that menu and get your juicer, get your blender, and juice up at home, because the message is to get these kids up and running. When you lead by example, and the babies and your peers and your older people, and they see you in your house juicing up and they see the change, it incorporates more change. You have to take care of yourself. Then it becomes your children, your significant others. Then it gets to the extended family. Then it leads to the friends. Then it leads to the community. But we have to now, because we see what's going on in our hoods, we now have to take responsibility for all of ourselves and say, all right, we have to take care of ourselves first and foremost. Are we doing that? You know what I mean? Most people on here, if you're paying attention, you know where your hat's from, you know where your shirt's from, you know where your watch is from, you know where the dress is from, jeans, sneakers, phone, watch, and you buy to the best of your affordability. Whatever you can afford, you buy the best of your affordability. So if you know, and when it comes to washing the outside of your body, you're going to wash as many times a day as you possibly can. Are you doing the same for your insides?
Come on.
Are you doing the same for your insides? That's what we have to start asking.
And if you're not, it starts to show in other ways. And just like you said, with not enough clean food, fresh food varieties in certain neighborhoods, you can track mental health disorders to those zip codes
easily.
And I'm telling you, vote for me for Surgeon General, please.
Okay, can't wait.
Okay, because
I can't wait.
You can see by zip code the correlation of a lack of fresh foods, diverse foods, and mental health symptoms in those.
And we was already behind the 8 ball before the food was here, just by being black and living in the poor.
Okay, so I don't know what 8 ball is.
Like a pool table. We behind it, like
okay,
like the 8 ball on the pool table. Like we still behind in the field in the race, basically, to say before they even tampered with the food. Like we already had to deal with post-traumatic stress from just being black.
Yeah,
just from even not even being funny, but I live in a white neighborhood now. My businesses are in black neighborhoods. I barely see cops where I live. I barely see cops. I don't even know what a precinct is where I live.
Wow.
It's probably one, but when you go to the hood, if you go to a city in the hood, it's multiple precincts in one urban city.
Yes.
Why? Like we got to start thinking why. And there's no good. It's kind of like a program in a trap that we just keep running in this matrix. So we got to break. I like to call it the program.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? So we have to reprogram ourselves to say we have to take care of ourselves, get as much valuable information as we can, and do what we can to be the best us.
No doubt. No doubt.
And
because
start right there.
Junk out.
Yeah.
Junk in, junk out.
Yeah.
You cannot perform at your optimum self.
You can't.
Without quality.
You cannot.
I appreciate, though, the mental health conversation. I want to go on there for a moment because we are in Mental Health Month in May.
Yeah.
And you've said something repeatedly, how important it is to check in.
Yeah.
With those you love, to just, how you doing?
Yeah, I think
especially in these times.
Especially in these times, because no one, like, far as mental health, that term is just been recognized a few years ago. From where I'm from and most people are from, it's that nigga's crazy. That mother effer is crazy. And on top of that, we don't take a consideration of how people's days are going, what's going on in their life, what's going on in their mind, if your energy matches theirs. So we like I said, we are already dealing with a bunch of crap anyway. So just as being a black and brown human being, so whether you're rich or you poor, whether you're wealthy or you're not. So on top of that, you don't know what's happening with that person at work, in their relationship, just mentally. And people often see a person smile and laugh, but we don't really ask each other how we doing. Like, yo, how you doing today, bro? Like we'll talk about the game, we talk about everything else, but it's rare, you know. And if it is, it's kind of like, yo, you good? What up? You all right? But sometimes a person needs, nah, you good? You okay? How you feeling?
That's right.
How you doing? Like, me and my wife, we lost a child to suicide. So,
oh my gosh, yes.
When people ask me about mental health, I say we didn't have signs about our daughter of anything being wrong with her at all. Just normal teen stuff. So when you experience something like that, it gives you an understanding that there's so much going on in so many people's mind. And I had to look at it from a certain point. Like, I've never been suicidal, but I've been homicidal, and nobody really, like, I've never
haven't we all?
I'm not a person who suffered from depression, but I'm a person who suffered from rage. I used to like really literally feel like something was making me mad. I would feel enraged and just want to and it'd be like, that's too much. And it's kind of, that's what we have to deal with when we live where we live. We under certain conditions, and that's why it's important to take care of yourself. Treat yourself kind, treat other people kind. Just be mindful of the energy, and you're gonna be flawed. We all are flawed. We all make mistakes. We all could be, you know, jerks on certain days of the week. But just if you keep working on being mindful as possible, you human, and you just, you know, just keep it rolling and just treat people nice, and try to spread good energy. And
try to spread good energy.
Good information.
I don't want to blip over this so quickly, and it is a conversation I do want to have with you and Ajua, but I'm going to tell you, my heart bled for you all during that time.
Thank you, Queen.
I was praying for you, and
thank you.
It broke my heart to
you.
see that your family was enduring this, and we don't know what these children are thinking. We don't know. Once we hope that we've put them on a foundation and give them our blessings and let them go. And then we wonder what is really going on in the recesses of those minds, and that not the superficial, how you doing?
Yeah.
No. And I'm going to tell you something, Styles. You're right that we should be asking people more how you're doing. But now I make a point of, if I ask you how you're doing, I want to make sure I have time to hear you. That definitely. I'm not just asking and running. Because
we're conditioned for that.
Totally. I'm going to tell you a true story. A woman who was the first lady of the church was taking her daughter to the bathroom in the middle of church service. And a woman said hello to her. And the first lady said to the woman, how you doing? But she kept moving. But the woman really wanted to tell her how she was doing. And because she was trying to get her daughter to the bathroom, she didn't stop to hear. The woman felt slighted for that. And when the woman stepped to the first lady stepped to the sink to wash her hands, that woman slit her throat in the church bathroom.
Wow.
In front of her 4-year-old daughter. And later it was determined that she had mental health issues. But later it was determined that she said she did it because she didn't take time to listen.
Yeah.
She asked her, how was she doing? And she said something that stuck with me. If she didn't really want to know how I was doing, she shouldn't have asked me. And I thought, oh my God. The rewind of all the times I've asked people how they were doing, and I knew I didn't have time to hear the answer, Styles. I stopped doing it.
That's when you go. That's why the power of words are important. So
say it.
If you know you don't have the time, like sometimes I know I don't have the time. So I love you, and I hope you're doing well, family.
Yeah.
And peace and blessings. Like, you know what I mean? So we have to be real with ourselves sometimes too, because you're not gonna be able to accomplish everything. But as
Right.
long as you're striving and you're working towards it, that's going to be the important part. So if you don't have the time to get the answer, is I hope you're doing well and bless you, love you. At least
Yes.
they could hold that. But back to what, but I'm gonna give you something for the people with mental health too, something that gets you by. The my wife wrote a book, The Ethereal Hike,
What's
and
the name of it?
it's the Ethereal Hike,
Oh,
and it's the in the book she describes the privilege of loss,
yes.
because it brings you in a place you walk down place in a place you're not prepared to be, and then you get an understanding from the creator
Oh,
that
yes.
things are much bigger than you,
Oh, yeah.
and whatever pain you're going through, someone else is going through that and more.
Yeah.
Like, you know what
Or
I mean?
has
So
or has gone through.
or has and will, because even as parents who lost a child to suicide, we sit there and say, okay, we know what happened to our child. Let's think about the people who lost multiple family members,
Yeah.
multiple children. Let's think about the parents who's, when you go to the supermarket and you see that missing thing. Like, can you imagine how they wake up feeling every day? So pain is always going to be there, and you have to acknowledge your own pain and you have to deal with it. But then you have to understand that the creator gave us love, he gave us pain, he gave us pleasure, he gave us sadness, he gave us happiness. All this energy is part of one energy. Some are easy to deal with, some are hard to deal
Very
with, but
true.
it's all part of the journey. So understanding it's a journey, and understanding, we'll see her again on the other side.
Absolutely.
Physically we won't, spiritually we'll connect again.
That's right.
And we understand even on this health journey as people, we're like, if you sometimes you see someone and you hesitate to say hi, but you
Yeah.
looked at them, like, you know what I mean? Say hi. Like, if you think about this, no matter who you are in the world, if you tuned in, you tapped in. When you're in the airport, it doesn't matter if you're white, the person's black, you're black, the person's white, whatever color it is. If that person, if you're tired and they're tired, total stranger, if they yawn and you yawn, that shows that we are all connected in a way that maybe no one can explain, but we are definitely all connected. So be mindful of the energy.
That's right.
Treat people right. And that's the most you could do. That's really the most you could do, is just, and treat people how you want to be treated.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Treat people how you want to
The
be
good old
treated.
golden rule.
Yeah, and be mindful, and be mindful to what you're giving out and why you're giving it out.
Say.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't understand. See, this was good about being on both sides of the fence. We're in an age of social media, and what people do, even if it's not unhealthy physically, they do unhealthy things mentally. Even just going on someone's page, leaving a negative comment.
Yep.
You're doing something unhealthy to yourself, because you're not appreciating and caring about yourself enough and saying, hey, if I was in a good place, if I felt good about myself, I sure as shit don't got no time to hop on somebody's page and say something negative, or if they disagree with me, I got to curse them out or say something bad about them. That shows how unhealthy a lot of us are without even being aware of it. So we have to start valuing ourselves more and go, is my time more valuable than cursing out a cyber stranger and, being mad at somebody that disagrees with me or holds a different disposition than I do on a certain subject? That shows how unhealthy a lot of us are, and that's what we all have to personally work on. Like,
or what does that
journey.
even make you feel like when you do it? Does that give you pleasure? Does that stir up positive endorphin?
I think people do that because it's easier to say you hate somebody else or you dislike someone else than face it yourself, saying, hey, look in the mirror, hey, I dislike this about myself. I'm not feeling this about myself. This is something I need to work on. And if your list is long, then you might get discouraged, and now you just start projecting your negativity onto other people. But if you be mindful about what you're doing with your body, how you're treating it, how you're treating other people, and your energy, things are panning out a little better. Take it from me. I'm number one. I was New York's number one gangster rapper for a very, very long time. But now we input the gangster,
and I was New York's number one gangster rapper promoter.
Yeah, for sure. So now we put that same energy, because what's gangster is being healthy.
Yes.
The most gangster thing about being a gangster, point blank, period, whether it doesn't matter what, because to me, the president's a gangster. Malcolm X is a gangster. The mother who works 2 jobs, who got to bust her ass around the
Say
clock,
it.
no daddy there, is gangster.
Yes.
The man who never had to fight a day in his life but will stand on his principle if you violate his is a gangster. So there's different words to gangster. So I want the people to be clear when I
Agreed.
say gangster, like, you know what I
Agreed.
mean, where I'm coming from. But the actual most gangster thing you could ever do in any form of gangster war, love, camaraderie is take care of yourself and take care of your own and
That's right.
survival. So healthy is gangster. Gangster is healthy.
It
You
is.
know what I
indeed.
mean?
And
So,
just being healthy, period,
yeah,
is life. That is the essence of life. And that's what I really want to promote here
yeah.
on this program. And just period is what I've been all about. In fact, actually, I used to always make sure that my artist ate well. I never fed you any junk food.
Because you're a doc.
But not
You're
then
about
I
that
wasn't.
life.
But I was still leading. I was
Nah,
leading.
yes, you was there. You still was back then.
Yeah.
Yes, you was. You was on your way.
That's exactly right.
You was on your way. You
Yes,
was on
sir,
your journey.
on my way.
That conversion. That's that path. Conversion.
This is what I'm talking about. This is what's happened to you, the conversion.
Yeah.
What did the hip hop community, what did your boys say when you made this change?
Well, I ain't never changed, Doc. I still got that certain amount of fight and energy in me.
Okay.
So it's like you're gonna ride with this because it's survival. So I'm informing them it's not this healthy thing is not just about a look.
That's right.
It's not a wave, it's not a look, it's not a diet, it's a life change. It's a journey.
It is a life change.
And we're trying to survive out here, we're trying to take care of our people. So they kind of really get where I'm coming from because you know, we've been on the wave for a long minute. Like, you know what I mean? So the journey's been worth it. And really, Doc, what you've been doing the past few years, what I've been doing, what all people who push fruits, veggies, breathe in healthy lifestyle, good energy, we're just messengers of the change that's going to be needed. What I want to see happen, I will not be alive for, and I'm well aware of that. But long as I know it's happening, I'm cool because fast food got about 100-something years on us. You know what I mean?
Oh, is that the truth?
And they on every block. So until every hood has a healthy option in every block, it's a lot of work to do, but the work is started. I won't be around to see it end. But I know as long as it started and it's rolling, it's gonna happen.
And you call it healthy fast food. I call it just junk because it's a shame to put the word food on the end of it because it's nowhere near food.
It's not nowhere near food.
When you start looking at ingredient lists, which I always encourage people to do, look at the ingredients. If you cannot pronounce those multi-syllable words,
talk to them, Doc. Talk. I tell them that all the time.
You have no business eating it or drinking it. In fact, well, we're going to take a break, but first I want to let you know that somebody says, "Hi, cousin. It's Michelle Bernard."
Hey, cousin.
Listen,
my cousin Mush.
Michelle is
I love her.
She is the hair care specialist for the show.
Yes, she is.
For this show for years. That's my friend. Well, hey, Michelle, thank you for being here. Well, don't you all go away. More with Styles P on Ask the Good Doctor right after this.
Hello, Dr. LaJoyce Brookshire here today to tell you about something amazing, and it is all for the benefit of your perfect health. I would like to introduce you to Virustan. It is a natural botanical spray that kills up to 178 pathogens dead, including COVID-19. Yes, it does. All you have to do is spray it in the air, spray it in your mouth, put it on your finger, put it in your nose, pinch your nose together, and voila, because the entry point, of course, of COVID is through the mouth, through the nose, through the eyes, or even through the ears. You can spray this spray onto the surfaces of anything. You can also spray them on your hands. You can even safely spray it on your face. So get yourself some Virustan from the Igalen Company, igalen.net/Dr. Brookshire. The other product I'd like to introduce you to is Genesee. Genesee is from Lake Klamath in Oregon, and it is the world's #1 source
of blue-green algae, and that is so healing and soothing for the body. This Genesee, just one little pouch of this daily helps to repair and rebuild your stem cells. Because if the stem cells are damaged, then your health is in need of repair. So one pouch of Genesee per day. The last thing is called Uncarb. Uncarb is just a little capsule with oh so many goodies in it that help the body to not absorb up to 50% of sugar. It is amazing. It is helping people who are insulin dependent to come off of insulin. It is helping the diabetic to reduce their diabetic numbers, because the one thing that we have discovered after the pandemic is that the second pandemic is diabetes. So you can uncarb your body with this product from igalen.net. Grab some, one of them or three of them today. Bye. Welcome back to Ask the Good Doctor, and we are pleased to have with us today the awesome Styles P. He is spitting knowledge as he always does. Hey, thank you so much for being here with us. And
Thanks,
if you
Doc.
want some of that awesome spray, Virustan, it's right in the chat and in the description down below. But listen, I want to ask you, Styles, how was it for you and the family during the COVID season? How were you COVIDing?
I was pretty cool, Doc. I probably was I Am Legend on the streets. I did not listen to the news about staying in the house. I stood away from people, but I needed to be around trees. I needed sun. I needed to walk. I needed to get air. You know, I can't. I be careful, but I don't like to live in fear, and I don't like to live by what reporters are telling me to do.
Okay,
like, you know what I mean. For me, during the beginning of the pandemic, I wasn't hearing from enough doctors. Like, you know, I'm a little old school, so I'm like, I'm hearing from everybody. I'm hearing from technocrats. I'm hearing from news reporters. I'm hearing from broadcasters. I'm hearing from everybody but a bunch of doctors. They got one or two up there, but it seems like, you know, I need to hear different variations of what's going on. Like, you know what I mean? I need a lot of information. I don't like to just be told what to do. Then also, I maintain an alkaline diet. So not saying I can't get a virus, but understanding that I eat a plant-based diet. I'm pretty much full of alkaline. Yes, I can get a virus, but the virus will not live in me as long as it will a mucus-filled body. And I do not have a mucus-filled body. My body is not full of mucus. So I do have mucus. Everybody has some sort of mucus, but I don't have excess levels of mucus of where feel I can't beat, you know, the common whatever was going on.
That's right. The excess mucus is called, when it's so much of it that it makes you sick, it's called catarrh. And when you have so much catarrh buildup, when something like the virus enters your body, it holds onto the mucus because it's thick. It's like sludge. It's like blood. And then the virus can't pass through. This is why people are coughing, and they're doing the dry cough because they can't cough up the mucus. You can't move that mucus if you're dehydrated. And what Styles is saying is absolutely the truth. He's talking about the alkaline body, because all disease lives in acid. And if your body is alkaline, if something grabs hold of you like a COVID, I was traveling a lot before it was declared in America, and I had it.
I know for a fact I had it in January before I got here.
Me too.
And this is what people don't pay attention, because I watch both channels. I go back and forth, then I go to the European channel, see what they're saying. So it was basically like, for me, I felt they act like COVID was kind of a person, and they could keep track of it instead of a virus. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. They told you the virus is coming, like it had like travel plans. And the person who was over there, they can't keep, like, you can't tell me it was in another country and them people ain't been here.
Come on.
That was common sense that nobody was really not paying attention to. I'm like, yo, you think nobody from over there flew back and forth and it's just over there? Now that was one that was kind of really crazy to me. And then I started saying, it started in New Rochelle is the breakout point.
That's right.
Right? New Rochelle. I'm from Westchester. It was New Rochelle, And then I was tracking it a few weeks later. They said Westchester County had it at 8%. Long Island had it like at 7%. And then the Bronx and every. I said, who's tracking this? What do they mean? This is crazy. They act like this. You can't track a virus like that. If it's out, especially like how they were saying, we all been had it.
That's right.
They were saying the rhino flu is here. And there was a lot of people, they was getting flus, going to the doctor, not the doctor saying you got this flu, the rhino flu's coming, man. They knew Corona was here, but they had it announced and projected for March. I had it in January. I know because I haven't got sick in years. If I get sick, I get a 36 hours tops, I'm over it. Man, I was sick for a few days and I felt bad. That's why I tell people the virus is real.
Yes.
Not telling people it's not a fake virus, it's not. I just feel like they planned it. They knew who it would affect, how it would affect, and how they can monopolize and manipulate us after that due to the effect, because they know a lot of us won't research information and they're just going to listen to what the people on the news tell us to do. So how does something start somewhere and then they have one of the less numbers? And then you telling me people from New Rochelle and work downtown, people from downtown and live in New Rochelle, nobody was going back and forth. It was trapped in one place. Like, you want to tell me if I go to a restaurant, if I go to the airport right now where planes are going in and out of every country.
Everywhere.
I have to wear my mask in the airport. I get to the counter, though, I have to pull my mask down.
That's right.
Did the germs take time out? If I had virus, did it take a time out? Did it say, hold on, he's pulling the mask down, we're chilling. Now, you get back, you got to wear the plane, you got to wear a mask on the plane, but if you eat, you can take it off. Did the virus say, when you take it off, hold on, time out, you taking us off? Where, like, people aren't, I'm not insulting anybody.
Right, you're just saying.
I'm just saying, I have a lot of questions where the shit don't add up to me. I'm sorry, like, the virus is real, but it's definitely 1,000% real, but some kind of control is infused in this. And then what another thing people are saying, this is America, number one top richest countries in the world. Our countries, prior to us, had the virus, beat it, and they not living in the mass. And they didn't vaccinate the whole country. Then I want to know another one. I'm sorry, Doc, because I'm slow. Be slow. Virus came out. It was out for a year, some change. Let's say a year and a month or so, right? It affected 30 million people, correct? 570,000 died out of that 30 million. Now, 30 million, 500,000. That 500,000 is a lot of people that died.
Sure enough.
30 million catching it, and they putting the numbers in front of my face, so I got to ask this.
Right.
Okay, 30 million caught it. Let's say 600. We're rounding off to 600,000 died. You guys vaccinated over 250,000 people. Then you want to vaccinate everybody else. You already 10 times vaccinated the amount of people who had it.
Right.
I'm confused. Shouldn't we be somewhat all right? If I don't know.
I actually am of the mindset that I feel like this. Whomever wants the vaccination should get it, and it should be made available to them. And I don't want to hear any of this mess. I do not want any disparities coming into play when we are talking about what people want. Yeah. Because let me tell you something. It has everything to do with a made-up mind. Yep. If you feel that that vaccine is going to benefit you, you need to go get it. Yep. If you are wishy-washy about the way its efficacy or have any concerns, I think that's where the trauma is inflicted to the body, because you are unsure, you are not on steady ground, and you must be. You have to have a made-up mind. As for me and my house, we are living an alkaline lifestyle. We are living primarily plant-based. We are hydrated to the max. We are drinking chlorophyll, wheatgrass, spirulina, blue-green algae. I am confident in my health and in my health being perfect, because like I said, I think I had it in January when I was doing a lot of traveling as well. And what happened? I got that cold I had the chills so bad, but that is all I had. And I took care of myself, and I took care of those chills, and it only lasted for me 3 days.
Yeah.
And then I moved past it. But if my immune system was not what it should have been, I think it would have checked me out for longer, because those chills were very real.
For sure.
But I will tell you this. I personally am not going to get the vaccine, and no one in my family will as well.
I'm with you on that one.
Okay. But look at what you're doing. You've created an entire product line to keep the body well. Tell us about it in Pharmacy for Life.
Yes. Well, from doing the Juices for Life for a few years, my wife said we need to bring more products to the community. And on top of that, the products we sell are products that we actually were taking at home. She was incorporating in the household and just saying we need to expand more and bring more information to the people besides the juice. Let's let them know the other things we do. And then it said, as brown people and black people and entrepreneurs, hey, let's get into the business and provide for our people too. So, that's how it came about.
It's important.
Yeah.
We have to be able to do this, because if we don't, nobody else will. Not only that, but we know for a fact that our communities distrust the medical establishment because of its long history of injuring us intentionally.
Very much so.
We're trying to move past that. And everyone, including Fauci, has talked about how awful it was. But in the back of our minds, we still remember it. So for a lot of people who still have that distrust, it's going to take a lot. For somebody like you or somebody like me who's sharing this good news about perfect health and what we can do to attain it, this is exactly the message that the audience needs to hear.
Yes.
So I'm thankful that you are sharing this. Now, the Pharmacy for Life business came about because of juicing. And exactly where are your juice bars?
We have 5 locations, all in New York, 3 in the Bronx, New York. That's one on Castle Hill, 1028 Castle Hill, 3463 East Tremont, and 619 Fordham Road in the Bronx, 211 Nepperhan Avenue in Yonkers, 277 Malcolm X Boulevard in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Do you work? So can I walk in one of these juice bars and you'll serve me up some juice?
Yeah. Yes, I will.
Which one are you in mostly?
Castle Hill and Yonkers.
Okay.
Castle Hill and Yonkers.
How have they been received in the community?
Pretty well. I mean, our first one was 10 years ago.
Wow.
We're up to 5. So, it's due to the people in the community.
Come on, let's spread to the Poconos.
We can't wait.
Let's franchise.
We can't wait.
Yeah. We need to do that kind of thing. And what else do you serve besides juices?
Sea moss, wheatgrass, every fruit you can name, every vegetable you can name, protein powders, healthy protein powders, and pretty much just a all-around healthy juice bar. Ginseng shots, ginger shots. We do it all.
I want to. Somebody here mentioned that Arlene Magruder said suicide, not suicidal, but homicidal. She repeated what you said here, and I want to know that. And then Black T says the rage is justified. It's all about how it's channeled.
Yeah.
And I want to know, since you have been on this healthy track, have your homicidal tendencies?
For sure.
Come down a bit.
For sure, a lot.
Say more.
A lot. More. I'm chilling. I'm relaxed.
Okay.
I'm relaxed.
All right. Well, what do you say to the younger generation who takes their health for granted consistently?
Treat your body right. It's a war out there. The easiest way to knock us all off is through food, water, and miseducation. Keep that in mind and take care of yourself.
The easy way to knock us off.
Yeah. Food, water, miseducation.
Okay. The Miseducation of the Negro. Read that book.
Yeah.
It's a mind blower.
I've read it.
Oh, yes.
I've read it.
I'm speaking to the audience. I figured.
Carter T. Woods.
Yes. Well, I just want to thank you for being here. What parting words would you give us, or encouragement would you give to the person who's just getting started or who wants to start on the healthy track but doesn't know where to begin?
If you thought about it, you already started. Pat yourself on the back. Congratulate yourself. Be easy on yourself. You're not running a race, it's a journey, so just take your time. And the more information you get, you'll see what you're doing, and it becomes easier and easier and easier. Look at other people's success stories, look at other people's failure stories, and just do what works for you.
And one step at a time. Nobody's saying clean out everything in your refrigerator right today.
No, not at all.
As you eat that,
just balance. Just start with the balance. Pick one day out the week. If for a newcomer, pick one day out the week. Just leave the meat, the dairy, and all that alone. And then if you could get that one day, try to do that for, a month. The next month, try to get 2 days. You know what I mean? And just balance it.
Now, you said you were once vegetarian, but then you converted to veganism. What was
total mistake? I had a Thanksgiving where I just didn't feel well. I was a vegetarian from probably like 03 to 13. Okay. But I would break bread every Thanksgiving and eat everything. But Thanksgiving to 13, I didn't feel great. So whole family, we went on a cleanse. We made a bet. We went on a cleanse and didn't go back. Wow. So it wasn't intentional. It was kind of just
you didn't go back.
It felt good. So I was I just stood there.
And
still here.
That's right. And when you fall off sometimes, or if you,
that's okay for anybody who does that. Like we said, it's not a race. It's your own journey. You're just trying to balance it out. You don't have anything to prove to anybody. Like, you don't have to be plant-based. You don't have to be vegetarian. You don't have to be vegan. You don't, just get information on what you're eating and just try to treat yourself better. And like, don't eat things you can't spell, pronounce. If you do eat meat or you do eat chicken, do your best to get some grass-fed. Make sure it's no hormones, no antibiotics, and just start like that. Just start balancing it out pretty much like that.
As a vegan, do you eat the soy-based product meat?
Once in a blue, I do cheat. I don't eat I do not eat. I used to like it a lot, but I don't eat Beyond Meat or Impossible Burgers anymore. It's too processed for me, and some of the people who are behind it are too questionable for me. So it makes me a little nervous. I cheat with soy once in a while, but I try to duck soy and stick to the ground food for myself.
Okay, ground food.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it so much. I want to thank you so much for being here. You are an absolute joy. Your knowledge has and it's just good seeing you again up close and personal instead of just on your Instagram.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you, Doc.
Support Styles. Go to pharmacyforlife.com. Purchase some of his awesome high quality supplements. And if you're in New York City area, drop into Juicing for Life.
Yep. And if the one thing, when you go to Pharmacy for Life, everybody make sure you check out the resource center so you can get the information on what the products actually do for you. So you can see what the black seed oil does. You can see what the oil of oregano does. You can see what the sea moss does, BCD. You can, understand. So even just to have the knowledge is valuable.
100%.
Love, Doc.
Love to you. Take care.
Right. Talk to you later.
Thank you. Cool. Thank you so much. Thank you all for being here with us today. I want to thank my team, Christopher Green, technical producer, IW, supervising producer, and DJ Indy, announcer, and our moderator, Black T. So thank you so much. I'm Dr. LaJoyce Brookshire, and remember to let your eyes shine, cut back on the wine, get good food fast, and go easy on the greasy. Until next time, I am here to help you attain and maintain your perfect health. Let's do it again next week, okay? God bless you.